Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Talk for November. My name is Matt Rebusik. I am the IT director for the Bucks County Free Library. Uh, Joining me today, I have Pete, Zach, and Adam. They're going to be helping me give this talk. Um, Today's talk is on cutting the cable, switching from traditional cable TV to streaming services, that kind of thing. Um, we have some questions that we got beforehand. And if you have any questions, you can either put them in the chat, the Zoom chat. If you're live in the audience, you can raise your hand and we'll come around during the break and take your questions. And then all questions we will answer during in the second half after we're done the beginning part. So for those of you that don't know, this is a monthly, bi-monthly talk about topics that the community picked. So if you are interested in helping to pick the topic, um, just sign up for the newsletter from the library. We send out surveys after each of the series are done. So this series we have two. And then this is the first one. So we'll be sending out the next newsletter, probably the next survey, somewhat time in January. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. So the topic today is switching off of traditional cable and moving to a streaming platform. So what does that mean for you? What are you trying to do when you're trying to do that? Most people are trying to lower their costs. It's become much more difficult lately to save money versus what you are paying to a traditional cable company. Uh, how do you what do you need to be able to do that? So to switch to a streaming service, all you need is an internet connection and something that will connect to those services. So there was one question we had in the that we received previous that was, if you have a triple play from Comcast or Verizon where it's TV, internet, and phone, what do you need to cut the cable, cut the cord? The answer is all you need is internet. So if you have all three services and you want to get rid of your traditional cable, you want to get rid of your traditional phone and use just your cell phone, you can cut both those services out, and it will save you a lot of money. And you just stick with your internet to be able to stream things. So the biggest things to think about when you're thinking about streaming is what do you want out of streaming? What services do you want? The good portion of this, the good thing about cutting the cord is being able to choose what you want and only pay for what you want. Instead of having 1,000 channels that you're not watching, you don't know what's on, you can pick and choose the services that you want and only pay for them. You can go as low as some services run about $12-15 a month now. And then there are traditional live TV alternatives that uh, are more expensive, but allow you to have that live TV feel that you have now with traditional cable, except over a streaming service and cheaper. Um, you can fall into the trap of signing up for too many things, where you end up paying more. So you have to be careful about picking and choosing exactly what you want, and making sure that it falls within the budget that you have set for yourself for TV. So what are we talking about as far as a device to stream it with? Um, so these are a few of the choices for streaming devices that you can use connected to your TV that will allow you to switch from a traditional cable model. On the left, we have the Chromecast, which is actually retired now. The new, you can still get that model, which I prefer. Google has a new one that is more expensive, um, and I haven't. I prefer this one, and you can still get this one. This is called the Google Chromecast. Um, Next to it, we have the Roku device. Next to that, we have the Apple TV. And then on the right, we have the Amazon Fire Stick. So those are the four main devices. There are some others you can get, but these are the main ones that you can get that will help you to begin streaming. So what do these devices do? You plug these into, you can see on the Chromecast on the left that the connection is called an HDMI connection. It would plug in exactly the same place that your current cable box would plug in. So you would unplug that, plug your new device in there, and it would act as your cable box. So you have all of the channels, everything that you're going to get would be in there. Which one you choose depends a lot on uh, how your technology is right now. If you're using an Apple device, you may want to choose the Apple TV. It is more expensive than the other devices, but being able to stay within Apple's ecosystem, if you're used to that, can be very helpful. It makes it nice and easy to move between your phone, your tablet, and the TV. Um, if you're using an Android device, the Chromecast might be a good way to go because the Chromecast ties directly into Google Home, which people use to control uh, lights, TVs, things like that around your house. Um, if you're just going for, if you have an Amazon Prime account, the Fire Stick might be a good choice for you. You can sign into your Amazon account through the Fire Stick and have access to any movies that you've bought through there. You also have, if you have Amazon Prime, you have access to Prime Video. The Roku is more a standalone and will allow you to move away from any of those. Uh, it's a product that doesn't have any ties to any of those major companies, so it tends to be a little bit more independent than the rest of them. So if you're looking at moving to streaming, you will most likely need one of these devices. Most new TVs will actually have the same kind of apps that these provide, which but they tend to be slower. They tend to not work as well, and it requires that your TV is connected to the internet, which I tend to avoid myself, just because it's not necessary. So you plug one of these devices in instead and allow it to control your streaming. So what are we talking about with streaming? What exactly are you looking for? What products are you trying to get? So we have a ton of different choices for streaming right now. Um, Most of them are called apps, like the Netflix app. Amazon Prime is Prime Video is done through Amazon. Paramount, Peacock, all of these are streaming services that you can get that will allow you to stream TV and certain shows depending on what you want. The content that they have varies widely. So if you're looking for a specific show and you're not sure what streaming service to get for it, put in your do an internet search for the show and say where to stream. That will usually tell you what product you're looking for, what service you're looking to sign up for, and then you can sign up for it. Once you sign into these devices, you'll have to make an account. You sign into it, and you have it as that makes it yours. If in the case of the Google, the Apple, those accounts are tied to your Google account for your Android device, your Apple account for your phone. So you use the same account so that they all tie together. Once you get into them, you have the ability to you'll see a home screen which I will bring up here. So, signing into the Amazon Fire Stick. When you sign in, once you set it up, you'll be presented with a screen that looks like this. Um, it can be a little confusing, but if you pay attention to uh, where exactly you're looking, you'll be able to navigate it pretty easily, I think. So for the Fire Stick, you have the home button here. This is your, if you ever get lost, there is I'm going to switch back here real quick. On the Fire Stick, there's a home button right here below the little circle. This will take you to this home screen. Okay. Um, from here to the right of that, you can see are the apps that are default installed on the Fire Stick. These apps are Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, CBS, YouTube. All of these are apps that you can use that you can stream to your TV through this device. If you watch certain YouTubers, you can open up the YouTube app, sign into it with your account, and it'll be just like you're on your phone or your computer. You'll have access to all of your YouTube on your TV instead. Um, if you're looking for a app that you don't have that you don't see there, the Fire Stick has thousands of apps that are available to install. If you scroll to the right from from this screen over this way, you'll see it'll hover over it and it'll say install new apps. You can search for the app you're looking for and install it right to the device. So this is the major part of streaming. If once you get the device that you're looking for and you get signed into it, now you're looking for what apps you want, what services you want. Um, there's tons that are free as well that you can get. For example, Pluto TV, Tubi, which is TUBI. The Roku channel has hundreds of channels. Um, Crackle, Freevee. These are just a few of the um, free streaming services you can get that have tons of content. A lot of times they'll have older shows that were on before. My mom likes to watch the Murder She Wrote channel, which is all Murder She Wrote. They have channels that are dedicated to just one show, channels that are dedicated to pets or that kind of thing. You can go through all of them and search them out. They're all free. The way they pay for them is commercials. So with these free services, you're looking at having to watch commercials. A lot of the paid ones have no commercials whatsoever. So that's another thing to consider when deciding which service you want to use. Netflix currently has no commercials. Uh, Hulu has an option for if you want to pay a little bit more, it has no commercials. If you get the basic plan on some of these, you'll have commercials. Amazon Prime recently added commercials to their Prime Video. So you can, if you're curious to, like, you find the content you want, you find the streaming service it's on, and you want to know if they have commercials, search in your internet browser, does this streaming service have commercials? And it will tell you, you'll be able to find that information pretty easily. So what are we talking about as far as costs? Um, most of these devices are around $30 a piece. You'll sometimes it depends on which one you get. They'll have multiple versions. The thing you have to pay attention to is if you have a 4K TV and or a regular TV. If you have an older TV that doesn't support 4K, you may be able to get off easier with a device that is cheaper, doesn't provide quite as good a video because your TV won't handle it anyway. If you have a newer TV, there's most of them are 4K now at least. You want to make sure that the device that you pick has the 4K option as well. It will be in the title of the device, so you can just when you're looking to purchase one, just make sure that it says 4K if you want a 4K device. Or if you have an older TV, don't get the 4K one and save yourself $10, $20. It all depends on your situation and what you want to do. If you're planning on upgrading your TV later, maybe it's better to get the more expensive one now. So these are the cheaper options, which is the old Chromecast, the Roku, the Fire Stick. The Apple TV is about $100. I would recommend this for people who, one, can afford it, and two, if you have an Apple account, if you use an Apple device, it makes it easy to switch between your device and the TV. It will save all of if you pause something on your phone and want to watch it on your TV later, you'll see it in your recently watched. You can pick up where you left off, that kind of thing. The new Google device I talked about earlier is also about $100, $120. You don't need these. You can use these other devices perfectly fine, but it's all about your preference, whatever you feel like is the best choice for you. A lot of them also you can try out if you go to like a Best Buy, that kind of store. They'll have these devices there that you can take a look at and see how they work, and just ask one of the sales associates. They'll show you, how to scroll through them, how to play with them a little bit, so that you can get a feel for what you're looking at when you plug it in to your own TV. It helps you make a bit of better informed decision. So that's the price for the devices. Then you're looking at prices for the streaming services themselves. So for the streaming services, you're looking at, I mentioned some of the free ones earlier. For Netflix, you're looking at about $7 to $15 a month. And you can go up from there depending on what you want to add. Like if you have a house full of kids and you need 4 TVs being able to play Netflix at the same time, you can do that. They have the option there. You have to pay a little bit more, but you can set it up so that you can stream from your same account to 4 devices at the same time. This is a good time to also talk about password sharing. So a lot of services have cut down on password sharing, where what that means is I and my family would get a subscription to Netflix. My sister might get a subscription to Prime Video. My brother might get a subscription to Paramount to watch Star Trek. All of these cost money. In our family, we would share the passwords, allow our family members to sign into them and use them. Netflix recently and a couple others have cracked down where if it detects that the screens you're watching on are not in the same household, the same general region, it's going to tell you that you can't watch it and you'll have to make a new account. But not all of them do this. Only some will have that problem. So I'm definitely not telling you that you should split these costs amongst your family members. That would, that might be against the rules of the app, but I know some people do it. So we'll just leave it at that. So other costs we're looking at. So most of them run in the same general ballpark of about $8 to about $15 to $18, depending on what you choose. So you can pick a couple of these. In the terrestrial cable situation, you might be paying as much as $250. So that's a pretty good budget to work with, as far as what services you want to sign up for. Maybe you can get a couple that you're interested in. You can also feel free to cancel them and switch around. These are not contracts that you're signing like you may with like Comcast, where you have to be signed with them for 2 years. Most of these services are month to month, so you can pick a service. If you like it, hang on to it. If you don't, cancel it and move to something else. Try something else out. So the next thing that I really want to talk about is live TV. So most of these services will have the option to watch some kind of back series. So specifically, we'll talk about Hulu. So with Hulu, once a show has been out for 8 days, it will go into their back catalog. So you will be able to search for The Amazing Race. In Hulu, you go to the search function, choose The Amazing Race, or type in The Amazing Race, and it will show you every episode it has for that, which is usually every season, every episode. You can watch every episode that they've ever released if you want to, for most shows, not all. So for these options, these $8 to $15, $18 options, those things will be available to you. You can go in, watch them. If you choose the no commercial option, you'll have no commercials. You can just watch them straight through. But they're not live. So if you're looking for a live episode of something's coming on that you're excited for, or you've heard good things that this episode is going to be a special episode, you want to watch it live, these cheaper options don't have that. There are options that you can do that are live TV options that are not that are more expensive, but not the traditional TV. Hulu Live, YouTube TV, Slingbox. These are a couple of different options that you can use to watch live TV just like you normally do today. They'll have your normal live channels, 3, 6, and 10, Fox. You can watch your nightly news. You can watch the Weather Channel, all the stuff that you're used to, while paying less than traditional cable. The options here also are where your costs come in. Some of them, like Sling, will have things that are plans that are as cheap as $30 a month. So you sign up for the cheap Sling, but you only get certain channels. You only get the network channels and maybe like FX or TNT, the basic cable channels. If you want more, you have to sign up for a higher plan. Those higher plans also tend to include all the sports. So if you're interested in watching live sports, then those may be plans that you have to choose to get access to ESPN, that kind of thing. Let's see. So for live, the thing that you want to look at for live TV is bundles. So a lot of them will have a bundle where it's cheaper than picking and choosing. You pay more, but you get more, but not as much as you would have paid to get them all separately. YouTube TV has an option to sign up for HBO Max. So if there's shows on HBO that you want to watch, you can add that in. It'll be cheaper than getting HBO Max by itself, and you have access to that usually through that same app, the Hulu app or YouTube TV app. They all have the same. A lot of them have the same options where you'll get. Some of them will give you some of the things for free. Like if you sign up for YouTube TV, you can get the Disney Channel Plus, Disney Plus for free. So take a look through the options. you can search on the internet for the different options, YouTube TV, the Hulu, Sling. These are all different options. You can have search for them, check the options out that you like, and pick the one that you want based on that. Again, these are month to month, so don't feel like if you make a choice that you're locked into this and you're in trouble. Once you go into it, take a look at it, play around with it. If it's not something that's for you, if it's not something you like, end your contract and sign out, and you don't have to pay them anymore, and you don't owe them anything else. Okay, so we're coming up on our break. So I'm going to pause there. We'll take 5 minutes here. For those of you in the audience, if you have any questions, raise your hand, and Pete will come around. Anybody who is in the Zoom, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat or send them directly to Zach, and we will answer them when we get back. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you soon. All right. Welcome back. So we had a good amount of questions. We're going to start with one I should have said, but I totally forgot about in the moment. Do these services allow recordings like a VCR? So yes, the live TV versions all come with a service called DVR, digital video recording. Depending on the service, like with the Hulu Live, you have a free unlimited DVR where you can choose a event. Like if you want to watch the Eagles, you can go to the Eagles homepage, and there will be an option there to set that series to record. In that option, you'll have the option to pick record every one that comes on, or only record new ones that come on. It will tell the difference between a new broadcast and a rebroadcast. So if if you want to watch all the new games as they come out, select new episodes, and every time an Eagles game streams, it will automatically record them for you. Within Hulu, you can go to what's it called? My Recordings, and you will see a list of everything that you've recorded, and you can choose from there, and it'll have all the episodes that are available to you. Just like a VCR or something like that, you can fast forward, rewind. The only difference is sometimes it will not allow you to fast forward commercials. Most services have done away with that now, but it is still something that you may run into. So just be aware of that. Okay. How can I tell if my TV is 4K device or not? So the best way to do it is to look at now. I know a lot of people have them mounted to their walls, that kind of thing. You'll have to be able to get to the tag on the back to be able to really tell. Sometimes you can go into the menu and see the digital menu on the TV, and see, like, do an about and see what model you have. Basically, you need the model, and once you have the model, you can Google that, and it will tell you what the capabilities for it are. So yeah, I recommend, if you can, go around to the back of the TV, find the little tag. Let me bring up what it looks like. So something like this, where on the back of the TV you have the tag up here, and it has the model number here. Go to Google, type in is model Sony model this 4K, and it will tell you. Would you need a Fire Stick, Apple TV, Roku on every TV in the house. Yes, you would, for every TV that you want to be able to stream to it, you would need a separate device. I would recommend sticking with one device so that if you are watching something in the living room and you want to continue it in the bedroom, pausing it will generally allow you to pick up where you left off on your other device. Just keep in mind you'll have to open whatever app you're using to be able to switch. Let's see. Are these streaming devices attached to the TV itself or to a cable wire attachment? I.e., if my TV is attached to the wall, how would I connect it? So we'll go back to this picture here. This little bit here is the HDMI connection. Every TV within the last, I believe, about 20 years will have an HDMI connection. You plug this directly into that, and it'll work as if you're plugging a cable box in. Some of the newer ones are bigger and require a separate power supply. So they will come with it. It will be you'll plug this port into your TV. I would just, if you're going from a cable box to a streaming device, unplug your cable box, plug this directly into where you had where you had that, and it will work without you having to change anything on your TV. But for the power, it will generally have a little hole in the side, and it will come with another cable and a power brick. You plug that into the side of the device. So for the Fire Stick, it's about here on the side of it. You plug that in, plug it into the power, same power where your TV is plugged in, and that will power the device and make sure that it works properly. For those of you who have it, who have TVs mounted to the wall, most of the manufacturers within the last 10, 15 years have tried to make these devices so that these ports are accessible from the side, from the bottom. Usually there's a cutout, so you can reach your hand in and plug something in, as long as you don't have big hands. Sometimes it can be a little tricky, but it should be accessible as long as you have a relatively new device. Let's see, what's next? Okay. So one thing that I neglected to mention is antennas. So this can be out of a lot of people's wheelhouse. They're not comfortable with it. There are still channels that you can stream, that you can get directly to your TV via a new digital antenna. It would be something that you would buy online, go to a hardware store. They should have them available. Through them, you can get live channels like the CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox. They still broadcast over the air. And that device will plug into not to the HDMI port like these are, but to your traditional cable mount on the TV, which is a circular mount called coax. With once you plug that in, you go into the TV option on your TV, channel option, and have it search for channels, and it will find what is available in the area for you. Depending on where you are, depending on the topography of your region, if you're in a valley, it might be hard to get signal, or you might have perfect signal and don't need anything else. Typically, these devices run anywhere from $15 to $60, depending on how large they are, how intricate they are. You can get them mounted to your roof like previous antennas for better service. A lot of them will mount right to the window in your living room. You can just stick them on there and it will pick up the best service it can. Um, because of the limitations of being in the house and stuff like that, it depends on where it's broadcasting from, how good the signal is. So it would be something you would have to play around with to get the best out of that. But in doing that, some people can avoid getting a live streaming service where you get your broadcast channels for free and then sign up for something like a Netflix or Hulu without live TV, where you're only paying $18 a month for back episodes of things. Um, are live sports subscriptions all inclusive, or can one customize for one particular sport or game? Um, so sports can be really complicated, unfortunately. They make it that way on purpose. Um, you can customize, and specifically through most live sports will have their own apps. So I know for Major League Baseball, they have an MLB app where you can sign up and you can watch MLB sports. And a lot of them are not region locked. So you can watch, if you're a Dodgers fan and you want to watch the Dodgers, you can watch all those games. Um, that is one thing now that I'm thinking about that, one thing I've neglected to mention previously. The live TV is region locked to your region. So when you sign into YouTube TV or Hulu Live, you will get the same um, Philadelphia channels that you would normally get if you're around Philly. If you're closer to New York, you might get New York. Occasionally, they can make mistakes. For a while, mine thought I was in Scranton. So, you know, you can get that fixed though. Call the provider. All of these channels have live phone support, so you can call them up, get some help if you need it. Um, so yeah, keep that in mind. You are still region locked for the most part. If you sign up for the sports without by themselves, a lot of times they'll give you everything. They'll give you every game, every all the highlights, NFL Red Zone if you're signing up for NFL. Um, so yeah, it's a lot of you have to pick and choose, or I mean, you can go with like a full sports option. I know I recently looked at Dish TV or Direct TV has a specific package that is the sports package, and make sure you get all college games, all professional games, all different types of sports. Um, so yeah, when you pick which service you want to go through, if sports are important to you, make sure you check into that and find out if the sports that you want to watch are available, or if you need to pay for an addition, that kind of thing. Let's see. What is Paramount and Peacock best for? So Paramount is a very large entertainment company. Um, they have access to a lot of things that they keep for themselves. So if you specifically, I like Star Trek. If you like Star Trek and you want to watch Star Trek, without purchasing it outright, if you want to have available to stream to you, you would have to sign up for Paramount. There's other things like that that are specific to channels. So if there's something that you're specifically looking for, definitely Google that uh, series, whatever you're looking for. Find out where it's streaming so that you can sign up for that. Um, Satellite over cable. So there are still services like DirecTV that offer a satellite connection. They tend to real cable, so they tend to be more expensive as well. Not generally as expensive as like a Comcast or a Verizon, but more expensive than a basic Hulu package or something like that. That of course can vary depending on time of year. They may offer a special. So yeah, look into them if that's something you're interested in, especially if you have bad internet in your area. The thing that this really relies on is your internet speed. So if you have, if you only have uh, very slow internet, something under, I would say to effectively stream to one device, you want to have at least 50 to 25 megabytes down. Sorry, megabit down. As long as you have that, you should be able to stream to one device. The more devices you're streaming to at the same time, the faster the speed you want to get. For those of you who are running somewhere like 300 megabit per second down and higher, you should be fine with whatever you decide to do with your streaming. Um, one thing that we that I didn't talk about now before was there there recently was a bit of a dispute between Disney and YouTube TV where they failed to come to an agreement. This was only 10 days ago on October 31st, and Disney pulled their channels from YouTube TV. So suddenly people didn't have access to ABC, didn't have access to ESPN, and and I think YouTube gave a $20 credit to those people to make up for that. They are still working on a deal, so something to keep in mind. Sometimes these require companies to work together, and you may lose access to things depending on who you have. That's a good time to exercise your right as a consumer to walk away, unsubscribe, find a new service that does have it, and continue on with your day. None of these services don't feel any loyalty to them. They won't feel it to you. So uh, if something is not the way you want it, cancel the service, move to something else. Um, let's see. Are there service providers or contractors who will come to your house and help you convert from cable to streaming and set it all up? I'm sure there are. That is not something that we researched for this. You may look at services from Best Buy like Geek Squad. That may be something they offer. I know that they come out to the houses for people. So that might be something that they'd help you with. That would be something, certainly a good service. I would look it up, research that if you can. Um, and then the last question I had is there one service that you would recommend for an older person who is used to just turning on the TV and flipping channels? So yes, there's a couple. If you want something free, you don't mind commercials. You're not very particular, like you'll find something maybe you didn't expect to watch. Pluto TV is a good choice for that. It does require you to sign up for a free account. So once you sign up for the free account, you have access to all their channels. You'll have normal commercials like you would on a terrestrial TV, as conventional TV. But you have access to lots of channels that you can scroll through. Some have a variety of programming, some have only one program, but tons of choices there, all for free. Good choice. Um, if you if you want something paid where you're getting more and more live TV, like updated things, um, I would recommend something like YouTube TV or Hulu TV. They're very similar. The costs are pretty similar. YouTube TV tends to be a little bit cheaper. And I find YouTube TV's user interface to be a little bit cleaner. So it's a little bit easier to navigate. Whereas I was showing you the Fire screen, the Fire Stick, a little bit more complicated. They throw more at you. So yeah, I would recommend Pluto TV for a free option. You can get that on any of these streaming devices that I showed you. And just if you don't see it there, install the app, look for Pluto, and make your account. That would be my recommendation. Okay, well, that is all we have for today. I hope it was helpful. If you would like to watch us back on buckslib.org, select the events tab, and underneath that will be the recorded Tech Talks button. Give us about a week to put this episode up there. We'd like to edit it and make sure that it's available for you. But yeah, we'll hope to see you in January. Thank you very much. Have a good day.